When Abhiratna decided to leave some money in his will to his friends in the order was still very small. I don't know whether there were more than 50, 60 people in the order, maybe a little bit more. He would have been very much aware that he was living and working among pioneers, and pioneers in their late 20s, early 30s, who were taking very, very little heed of the fact that they'd get older and might have different needs in their life once other realities started to step in. So he had the imagination at that stage to recognize that we might need help, that some more than others, but that one way he could contribute to the future of the order and the movement and to Bhante's vision would be by offering some support through the money he left towards giving people the confidence that they could carry on, knowing that there was a little bit of help somewhere in the background should they need it. Well, years later, when the Abhiratna Trust was developed, already the movement and the order was getting a lot bigger, far more diverse, people of many different ages and many different lifestyles. And yes, those pioneers were still there, and they were aging, and some of them were beginning to need quite a lot of help. But meanwhile, elsewhere around the world, at any week, certainly in any month, we'll hear about someone somewhere who needs a bit of help. Maybe it's a small amount just to get them through a medical procedure. Sometimes it could be quite a bit. But to know that the trust that was established in Abhiratna's name and with Abhiratna's seed capital, to know that that's there, it means more than just the fact that there is some help available, some material financial help available for people in need. But it also does something for those people in need, but really for the rest of us to know that our community really does start to feel like a community of brothers and sisters. We use that language, so often when we give a talk in the movement or in the order, we'll begin with the words brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. We do mean it, because I think most of us do experience our connections, our friendships, our relationships within the movement and order as something more akin to a sibling relationship. Certainly I know I do, and I've been around a long time, I admit, but I think it is a characteristic of the order that the way we engage with each other, the depth with which we engage with each other, the way we collaborate on projects, sometimes living together, sometimes working together at different levels in different ways, it really does breed, along with the confessions that we make in our chapter meetings and so on, it really makes a kind of transparency, a kind of connection come to life. And yes, there's the Abhiratna Trust, which is another way in which our connection comes to life. When somebody receives money from the trust at a time of need, well, they're going to feel that connection very, very strongly indeed. But I think that every time we hear of an appeal and have a kind of confidence that one way or another it will be met through our collective efforts, channeled by the trust, that's feeding something back to us. That kind of belief, that faith in the possibility that we really can bring something quite important, something maybe unique and distinctive into the world, something that Bhante did envisage and wanted to see, a community, whose blood was really something very strong, a blood of real connection, real friendship, real mutual transparency, and real generosity. So I'm delighted the trust exists. I'm delighted that I'm able to contribute to it. And I really would encourage anybody so minded to make sure that they do make a contribution to the trust. It really is an investment, not just for the sake of those people who need it or who will need it, but in us as a community, as brothers and sisters. So thank you.